Well, it's a glorious Monday, day 7 on the Pacific Crest Trail through Oregon. Can't believe it, but almost exactly 1 week ago right now, I was landing in Medford and thinking about what the next month would be like. Well, here we are, a week into the trip, and we're gonna stop up here. Time-wise, it's about lunchtime, so I think there's a little junction here. Look at this. This is gonna be perfect, and you know that I don't edit, and I'm just a one-shot dude, so as I put my stuff down, it might shake a little bit, but bear with me. Just wanted you to get an idea of where we are, which is the eastern slope of Mount McLaughlin. We traversed up the southern side today and then went around about 10 miles into the day already, and it's pretty interesting because pretty soon I'm going to pass 100 miles here on the trail, which is pretty cool. I wonder if this moves. Can I flip this around? That'd be awesome. No, but I can do that. I don't know if you can see me. This will be crazy. So, I've found a lot of good trail friends so far. Legs feel great, and we're going to do some itinerary changing, I think, because what I found is it's really fun to get into town, lake resorts and things like that that have a restaurant, a common area. People are congregating and telling tales and relaxing and having good food together. So on my itinerary, I have mostly full days getting to those areas. I think what I'm going to do is do more miles in the few days prior to, so that I can get to those areas earlier in the day and enjoy the socializing time, including Crater Lake, which is 2 days away. So I was scheduled to do about 20 miles that day, which puts me in there kind of really late afternoon or early evening. But if I do about 5 miles more today and tomorrow, I can get in there about 1 o'clock, maybe 2, and then I've got all afternoon and evening to hang out with new trail friends. So some of them have already gotten there because they decided they didn't want to do these next 2 days of trail, and decided they were ready for something spectacular and just got a car ride up to Crater Lake, so they might already be there. But this is a spot where we're going to have some lunch and try and take off this pack, and then I think after lunch, because this is such a beautiful place, we may do another audience participation video. So prepare yourself if you want to ahead of time we're going to go back to Carbon Leaf because it's just too good not to. And we're going to do Let Your Troubles Roll By. So you can prepare for that when we come back right after these messages. Thanks. Okay, lunch break is now over. We're back on the trail, picking up right where we left off. But while I was sitting there, I thought about something that I had said, and that was that later today, I will have completed 100 miles of this trek through Oregon, which I think pretty easily, if you'd asked me 2 weeks ago, hey, let's go walk 100 miles, I'd have said, you gotta be kidding me. But here I am, gonna do it. And not only that, we're gonna do 360 more. So I think with that realization, there's a little bit of a mindset shift actually, to the point from, gosh, am I really going to do this? Can I complete this? To, well, I'm at 100 miles. Of course I'm going to do 360 more. Shouldn't be a problem. So I think some of that negativity, some of that doubt that inevitably I and anybody else would start with kind of dissipated. And that's pretty cool. So we're gonna make our way to Crater Lake, enjoy some time there, get some great pictures. But for right now, let's enjoy the trail together through this beautiful forest just east of Mount McLaughlin. And go ahead and get ready to press play on Let Your Troubles Roll By Carbon Leaf. And I'll shut up. All right. I really hope that was your moment of zen for the day. Had a couple of logs to cross. It's kind of a lot in that short section. But other than that, as Bob Ross would say, just paint all the pretty little trees. All right, we'll see you at Crater Lake. Have a great day. Well, if you order right now, I'll bring you your Christmas tree. But time is limited. This offer ends, right now, sorry. Well, hey everybody, this is Brandon, and we have celebrities now that we've caught up to. If you have watched any PCT hike videos on YouTube, you have probably watched the old codgers. And
the
so
old codgers.
Here they are.
We're still out here hiking, you know. Yeah, back's starting to give out a little bit. I'm gonna make it.
We're looking for my walker though. If you guys find it on the trail, bring it up to like mile number 1785.
You know, it is. I wondered why I passed a medic vac unit back there a couple of miles.
They follow us.
Yeah.
Just waiting any minute. They know they're gonna have something to do.
Yeah. So hey, that's your celebrity sighting of the day.
There you go.
Take care and stay on your path. Good morning from the trail on day 8 of the Oregon Pacific Crest Trail hike. We are in the Sky Lakes Wilderness, which a lot of people try and skip or try and get through in their 24-hour challenge, which is basically hiking for 24 hours straight, or hurry through on their 2-week challenge of Oregon, which is trying to get through Oregon in 2 weeks. And parts of what we've seen here in the Sky Lakes Wilderness, I understand, but only about a 6-mile stretch so far. I know there's going to be more coming up later today, but we were camping right about here last night, kind of up at the top of a peak. Had got to see our first sunset, which was fantastic. Got a picture. Don't know if it'll show up, if I can get it in here or not, but we'll try. And now we've left camp a couple miles down the road. So we're somewhere around here on this ridge. According to my map in my guidebook, which has been instrumental so far. Very happy. We're also in mosquito country. So they have not been as bad as predicted or anticipated, but hey, when you expect to die and you don't, life's a win. But one of the things I was thinking about as I stood here was if everybody's doing their own hike, but if you are trying to blow through Oregon or hike at night through a big stretch of this, there's a lot that you're going to miss. So right down here, there's some burn areas, but there's a couple of lakes that you can see in the distance. That's actually an alternate trail you can hike down there around those lakes. And then as I just turn around a little bit, I've got a whole panoramic view here out to my west also. And I'm also sitting by a huge outcropping of wildflowers that are everywhere up here. Altitude's a little high, I think just under 6,800 feet, something like that. But we've got such an ecosystem of grasses and new forest developing. Later today, it's not expected to get pretty, but we're going to go through it. And if there's anything worth sharing that makes you feel better, I certainly will. So just a random thought this morning. Enjoy your day. So I found this spot here at the top of, ironically enough, Lucifer Mountain, and thought it looked ideal to pay a little tribute to a dear friend that I lost this year to cancer. She'd battled it several times and finally it took her. She was one of my longest term clients, and really without her, I don't know if I would have been able to jumpstart my career. And so, Pam, I just wanted to create this little area for you so that you could look out over one of your favorite things ever, which is the Oregon wilderness. And hopefully it'll be here for a long time. And there's a bench here in case anybody wants to sit and reflect with her as well. So I hope that wasn't too sappy, but I think it's a very fitting tribute to a wonderful lady, very good friend, and someone who loved the outdoors and nature more than just about any of us. Take care, Pam. Do you hear that? That's running water. A very nice thing to hear when you're on trail. Really did not expect to do any video today, especially as we just climbed and climbed and climbed through dead forest. Had some amazing views, got some great pictures, but then we ended up at the top at Devil's Peak, and I think I could probably have stayed there all day. Amazing views. We saw all the way down to Mount Shasta, and all you gotta do is peer over your shoulder and you could see all the way north to the mountains rimming Crater Lake, where we're off to next. So absolutely diverse and spectacular hike, even though there was some definite gruel. And I didn't take pictures or video on it because people that might love me may have sent choppers, because there was some very precipice cliffs walking over lots of granite and pumice and other such rock, but very exciting and just spectacular. So got this lovely spring. We should see a couple of them here in the next couple of miles, and then nothing for about another 14 miles, where I think we're going to stop tonight. There should be a waterfall. We'll see. But this was a great opportunity to refill all the water, soak the feet for about 10 minutes, get refreshed, and then we'll be back on trail here in a minute and moving forward. So again, don't anticipate doing more video today, day 8, but I guess you never know is what this has turned into. You don't ever see very much on the web about Oregon, or especially this part of the trail. So I'm glad that I can capture it and remember a lot of it for years to come. Okay, we are in the area devastated by fire several years ago. I think it was called the Lonesome Pine Fire. You see all those matchsticks in the distance for a long, long time. Or you can see all of these little green trees and grass that's growing at the bottom and revitalizing this area quite rapidly, in fact. So again, think about your perspective and make a decision about how you choose to view it. Okay, good morning. Coming to you live from the Mazama campground here at Crater Lake. Arrived nice and early yesterday. Before 11 o'clock, we did a big day, day 8, so that day 9 would be just about 12 miles here to the Mazama village in Crater Lake National Park. But wanted to get a really early start yesterday to get here. We're now on day 10, which is going to be a day off. So we're going to just enjoy Crater Lake, go up to the rim, sit at the lodge, have a couple beers, watch the view pretty much all day, and take care of a lot of business, because there's been some logistics that still need to get taken care of moving forward over for the next couple weeks. And then after 9 days on the trail, some of the things that I've learned and some of the things that I need to fix. So those are why I wanted to get here really early yesterday. So needed to charge everything up. My battery charger was dead. My phone was almost dead because of all the power that's being used every day. And so I needed to get here and kind of reconfigure and get all that taken care of, as well as connect with my good friend Tony, who is going to meet me in a couple of days over at Diamond Lake, and he is bringing additional additional supplies, which is great. So he's driving about 3 hours to get here just to see me. We're gonna have some lunch. He's gonna drop off some things that I asked for. It's gonna be amazing. So thank you very much for that, Tony. So that was the first reason I wanted to get here early and then enjoy the lake. But again, so many of the people that I've met so far were here and are here, but they got here a day earlier, took yesterday off, and now this morning they're off and running on the trail. So I expect probably not to see a lot of them again after spending some time with them yesterday. So it's time to meet some new trail people, which will be exciting. Second reason that I wanted to leave really early yesterday morning was I may have inadvertently camped very close to a den of bears the other night. And I know that because they were out and about quite a bit, smelling around and making some noises. And so it was quite an interesting and non-forgettable experience. I had an emergency whistle that when they got too close, or I knew that they were like poking around a little bit too much, that I would blow and they'd kind of scatter. But I did hear some telltale signs. I heard them warbling, which in the guidebook that I have is kind of how they communicate and talk. And that was probably about 10 yards from my tent, pretty early on in the evening, around 9:30. And then a little bit later, my food bag, which I had hung up in a tree, basically kind of last minute, like, this would probably be a good thing to do. Just put it up on a tree. Well, I heard them pawing at it and kind of pawing at the branch that it was on, trying to knock it down. They were unsuccessful, so that was good, but I did not put my garbage bag with my food bag, so there were some good smells in the garbage bag, which was in my pack behind the tent. And then also I had in my tent a bottle of water that was flavored with some cherry liquid IV, and so they may or may not have smelled that too. As the night went on, I remembered, hey, if you have something that smells in your tent, put it in your sleeping bag, because your scent will then mask the scent of whatever that was. I did that, and actually that may have helped, or maybe it was time for them to go to bed anyway, but they did kind of disperse after that. But it was a pretty adventurous and terrifying night. So as soon as I knew that they were tucked away in their den, I got out of there. Left about 5:15 in the morning, and was able to get here to Mazama Village by 11. So that was crazy. Did also get a trail name yesterday, Colonel Mustard, because I pretty much asked for mustard on everything, and a lot of people had noticed that I enjoyed mustard. So I am Colonel Mustard after 10 days on the trail. All right, so we're taking today off, and then we've got just some pretty reasonable short days, nothing like the 20 days, the 20 miles that I've done for the last 5 days. So we're going to be pretty casual, get out of here around noon. Tomorrow, we've only got about 9 miles to get around the lake, and then the first campsite there at Grouse Village, or Grouse Hollow. And so that'll be nice and relaxing. So basically it's almost a full weekend, almost 2 days off in total here at Crater Lake at Mazama Village. So that's pretty cool. And then we'll be back on trail and getting dirty again after the showers will wear off, after the laundry gets dirty again. So for now, enjoy the rest of your day, and stay on your path. I'm sure trying on mine.